the track running right easy to me. It's really slippery. Woo! Andy just missed the wall. It's really slippery and it's still just spitting a little bit, so I hope they're all careful. I hope the track's dry by the time they decide to have one race, because boy, it's easy out there. You can see it's really well pampered in the corners. New concrete strip right round the outside. So that guy was supposed to hit the wall over back there too. Very overcast. Let's hope it clears up.
Speedway at Huntley. Leading out or joining me tonight, I have Rob from Rotorua. Welcome here tonight, Rob. Can you be Maggie? And just another good night. Entertainment coming up tonight. No rain tonight, so thank God for that. And a good crowd as well. So there is a leading out the Grand Parade. At the moment we're at number 1, Morris Cowling. Number 2 is Pete Waddell at number 2. Plus a Pearson car number 3 from Stratford. That's one to the current 1, 2 and 3. Then following them is number 77 from Stratford, Blondie Chamberlain. Right behind us, the number 19 car is Graham Strong from the Hook Bank. Then he's followed by number 14A, which is Todd Green. Number 51 from Hook Bay is Stephen Flynn. Number 28H is Phil Towgood. Number 18 from Auckland, Neil Whitford. Number 94H is Pat McGrath. And the nicely presented car, the number 11 car, is real smart out there. That is car Kevin Moore, car number 11F. He's followed by number 81 from Auckland, Craig Barnett. Number 26, when I find his name here somewhere. 26 is from Auckland, Shane McIntyre. Number 4 from Wellington, Brian McPhee. Number 47 from Auckland, Chris Tumbleson. Number 54 from Auckland is Robert Scott. Number 8 from Hamilton, Huntley, Jeff Fletcher. Number 16, Brian McLean. Number 7 from Kingston, Fred Emerson. Number 34B. When I find him. Sorry, 34B is Ray Stewart, all the way up from the knee. Number 74. Of course, we should know that car, the one-side Cater's car of Craig Richard. He's followed by number 21P, Donald Gregory. 76 car.
And still they're coming out.
From Auckland, Chris Pollock. Got a top car. We got number 88, of course, that's Paddy Cardwell. Number 12, from the mainland, Nelson Shane Carey. He's followed by number 45, Auckland Green Turner. Number 25, Tom Hamilton, Don Directly. Number 96A is Lance Jennings. Number 97, also from Hamilton Huntley, is Billy Stapleton. Number 84 from Sheffield is Jason James. Number 36 from Christchurch, Brian Jenkins. He's followed up by number 24, Martin Hallgrove from Wellington. Number 61 from Palmerston North, Kevin Columbus. I think that's about the last. Should be 41 cars over the rest, so it's going to be some pretty interesting racing. Well, real well presented cars, the whole field out there. Give them a round of applause as they come to right out to your favourite. They can all hear with the field of drivers on top of their cars. Right out to your favourite car, stand. We've got a lot of time and effort into their cars to make them look really thick and thin and very well presented, the whole lot of them. Certainly are. Of course, a lot of them have travelled a long way. We have some up here from Dunedin, Christchurch, Nelson, Wellington, Brisbane. We've got a representatives from just about every track in New Zealand. Yeah, and it's very good to see as well the high quality of the field here. We couldn't actually put your name on one driver to say, well, that driver's going to win it. Well, first of all, also, when I was just having a quick look, I'll be rather busy, but a quick look through it. A lot of past champions out there. There's a heck of a percentage of these guys have actually held championships, been in the top three in New Zealand over the years. You know, you've got the likes of Tony Carver, Jeff Fletcher, people down there, those guys, they've been in the top places for years. Robbie there as well. He's had three titles. Smitty Nelson's another one. It's just a real class field right across the up, yep. Just had a return to Minnesota from the 97H. Bruce Beaumont lost a few years ago. He's driving the next broadcaster owned by Kevin Morgan, giving it a run up to the New Zealand Champs. It's a car that's been driven by some of these overseas visitors weeks preceding this championship. New Zealand Champs. So,
going to get a start. Booze heat.
Both are ready to go. And they've got the green, and it's Craig Richards that gets the jump. Number 91 from August, touching behind. First rover on 97 out, but 34 from the Northeast.
Together. I mean, this is number one New Zealand and somebody else. That's together.
Number 5 to walk off the end through here. They've got the green, and it's still Craig Richards hanging on out front. Car 34. Here's on the outside at number 25. And then it's Miles Kelly, 1 New Zealand. course, everyone knows Deeper L. Number 2 in New Zealand, right to the top of the car. Right behind, they got the green racing now. And it's Twitter Ball that hangs out and gets into the lead first. That's Reed Emerson. That's Lee Cargill. He's up to third place already. Looking for a way past. First place at the moment. In comes 85B. 26. And look at 66. Settings 96A, he's the man on pole. Outside left was 79A. Russell Lockheed. Halfway on right, and Ryan Stevenson hangs on to the lead going into the Coca-Cola corner. That boss Kelly punches his way through there. One New Zealand says, I want that thing done. Let's start getting 96A out in front. Russell Lockheed, but it's 96A out in front, 34 from the lead connect, in one New Zealand. We're the top six at the moment, but it's large finish, 96A out in front. Not the green, he's away again, 34 to 3, right up there in second place, 1 New Zealand in third. 25's right down in the back. March Jennings, 96A, race good. Calvin Woodward and Racing went on the outside on the full side, 91A. Going in the telecom. Number 18A, the one we couldn't break, that's still here. Number 19, strong on the right foot, 19.
Oh God, you'll have to really floor it, boys. Go on. Go up.
Well, first thing was number 28.
Go!
Oh, really?
Go! Yes!
Local guy, come on! Pretty good, eh?
Cheeky nigger!
28 takes on boom off the green room. Come on, Telecom, give him a big hand. Oh, Telecom right away. Down our main straight. Come on, let's see you wave and coach. Do whatever you want, but really does you appreciate it.
Woo!
I'll tell you something else, mate. There's another limited saloon winning super. Yeah, well, he just stays in the middle of the racetrack and can't.
Get a start. This is the last race for Red Group. Was that
green already, and it's right for number 6 over 6-3 against the Boyer. Right kick is 6-3 on the outside. That's all happening now. Well, it's 4-6-3. He's got the lead at the moment. That's right. Pat McGrath in 94H. Leading on points is 28. Philip Towgood right at the back of the field. Into the finish.
Come on, Phil, get up there. Wow. Yes.
28 into leading on points at the back of the field, and I think it's leading field now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cars in it. So we'll be just about ready for a start. Green flag looks like it's just about ready to go out.
Just hang in there.
And you've got Frankie.
Up,
Number 45. But our race leader is still Martin Elcock, number 24. Neil Reed at car 18 is in third. Robbie Taylor on 77 is back in fourth place. Pat McGrath 94. Number 18 is in third. Rodney Campbell on 77 is in fourth. Martin Elcock still doing it bang on. Car 24 W. He's got the lead. Number 20. Rodney Campbell.
Oh, look out! Watch! Yeah!
Just going to try and finish this one by the look of it. Palmerston is the next one out, and that's Donald Gregory. Mark Nelson, down the next door, the main straight there. He's followed by 84 from Stratford. Yeah, that got me. 84 from Stratford, Jeff James.
You feel silly, don't you?
That's 36 from Christchurch, Brian Kincher. One of the winners of the Consolation, the Ripper Chargers last night. Very lucky to be there, but drove brilliantly to do it. He's followed by number 76 Auckland, Steve Pollock. Then comes
Clint, don't wait.
Eddie Golden. Got to be one of the outside favourites for the night's title. Like the goal in the front of it as well. Then we've got the outside caterer's car, number 74H. Driven by Craig Richards. Mike Ross, number 5 from Auckland. Ray Purdy, drives 85, Steve. Okay, we've got a bit of a list. If we can have these people that are here.
He's got the waves.
We'd like to have you down the controls down real urgently. We'd like Trevor Gray, Ron Kendall, Ross Baker, Alan Slow, Peter Martin, Peter Woods, Roger Goss, Rondi Chamberlain, Mickey Quinn, Jeff Fletcher, Steve Waddell, and Alan Jago. And all those above mentioned people and any we've missed that have won a New Zealand Saloon Car title in the past, we'd like them down here at the control tower real urgently, please. We're going to get a photo to try and record some of the history of saloon car racing here in New Zealand.
I hope to do a photo of the qualifying drivers for this. They did last year.
Only the non.
Nah, they did last year, eh?
Well, yeah, that's the qualified last night for tonight's racing out there on the track at the moment. Good line-up of cars. You guys missed out. Usually one.
Like yours from the back.
I might get a start on this one. They're still sorting themselves out.
Slick off a wee bit. So, here we go.
Imagine being outside Skinny Colson.
Network. New Zealand Saloon Car Champ.
No.
Rock FM Network, and we've one rolling lap further. Going to probably give them a couple, get themselves sorted out. The butterflies to go down a bit. One or two problems on the starts. Guys jumping the starts last night, and others not. People running into one another, and so let's hope they get it right. We'd love to see these finals run without a crash. So there'll be one. Okay, here we go, coming round. And he's
Come on!
Pat McGrath.
Out. They're sitting in the middle. 85's got a flat tyre. Skinny Colson's front end demolished. And there's something wrong with the back end of number 1, Morris Cowley. So they've got DNS just to start the meeting. That's really brilliant. They won't be happy. We've still got Pierce to contend with. Richards is still in there.
Another one at 96.8.
Luckily Philip missed all that, so get a start this time. Yes, they're off. Come on, catch up, Phil. Wake up.
Inside.
Oh, yep.
Number 55, that'd be the one to keep their eye on. Tony Cardwell must be a good draw at this one.
Somebody is.
Of course, all these guys, where there's a gap, meant to be in front of them. They meant to hang back in their proper grip position so the gap remains.
Ah. Come on.
Few little problems there. Writing on the blackboard. That's what it's all about.
We'll get a start.
I think this one we should have a pretty good idea who's going to be the 1990. Or who's odds-on favourite at that point. That's what I got odds-on favourite.
Come on, Philip, don't. No, don't load up the clamp. Yes, don't.
We've got a green, we're racing a smart Towgood car, 24W. And look at that.
Where the hell did he do that? Check Philip. No.
The green are away and it's fine. Elsa reads that beautifully. 24W. Here's the way to Great Richards at car 74. Number 12 in.
Come on, Phil, stay up here with him. Stay up here with him. Stay up here, mate.
Tell him to go, Martin. Okay, 24W. One more great time, 24 off.
Pole position on this one, pole position. Skinny right behind him, so just hold to the inside. What the hell's he doing? Looks pretty wide.
Put his hand out the window, running a bit of a break. I don't think he knows where he is, where he's meant to be. He says he's not
really.
ahead of him. The steward said, no, you're behind him.
No. Just hang in there, Phil. Just hang in there.
James, he's up there on the points as well, so he would have been wanting to sneak a place, I'd say. He's still got his hand up under protest. Well, he'll see his hand still out the window there. The stewards will be up here checking and double checking, and they've given us.
Go, Phil! Go, Phil! Go,
Next 7 to 21 P, 12 N, 88 speed. 84
left to go.
96 days, 45 days, 54 W, 97 8, 74 8, 81 years, 94 8. Well, at the moment, you'd have to be a mathematician here, that's beyond me. I've just worked it out, but I think Lance Jennings is still leading the way there at the moment, but there's only about 1 or 2 points between. Well, it's leading the final.
Come on, babe!
At the moment.
Go, Phil! Just go! 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 You've got to go past them!
I can imagine what it'd be like now. He said he's family rambling on, qualifying, and now look, he's won one of the finals.
They haven't been able to impose themselves.
I'll be covering most of it.
And to kick it off tonight, we're at Auckland's Waikaraka Park, the Men's End International Speedway, the Super Saloon Cars tonight. A big meeting last season. We're looking forward to another big one tonight.
Well, the first meeting we covered in the Speedway show last year, and it really is something. 20 of the top saloon cars will be here. And last year, if you remember, the guy at the back of the field ended up winning the feature event. I wonder if we'll see that again this time.
Very exciting racing. We're looking forward to it. The racing starts very soon, as you can hear. First, let's catch up with some of the contenders.
One of the real crowd pleasers here at Waikaraka Park is Skinny Colson. Skinny, you had real problems in the Saloon Nationals last year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, last year wasn't so hot. Dean was tussling for the lead, and the car ran out of fuel in front of him, and unfortunately clipped the back of it and clipped the wall, and I had nowhere to go, and like the whole car was peeled out right there and wasn't to be. But never mind, hey, it's another year this year. You don't look back, don't look forward.
Well, Murray Pearce, you won this race last year, but you did it the hard way. You came right from the back of the field.
Yeah, it was a bit of bad luck, really. I had a bad deal in the first race, and I started off the rear of the grid in the main 30 lapper, and I knew I had a lot of work to do, but I passed a few guys, had a misfortune and crashed, and cards fell in my hands a bit, and I was running low on fuel myself, but we managed to get there only just to the line, and I was really wrapped with it.
And here comes Murray Pearce in the number 3 car. The competition tonight divided into 2 groups, Group 1 and Group 2. This is Group 1, Heat 1, and Phil, we're just about set to start racing.
So up the inside goes Murray Pearce, and this is a good start for the defending champion of the Super Nationals. Morris Cowling sitting up in second place, Paul Carter in third, then it looks like it might be Phil Buckland up into fourth place. So the heavy hitters are already starting to get away from this packed field. Remember, 2 heats, a blue group and a red group, 12 cars in each, and they'll battle out for 2 heats apiece to get the top point scorers and then go into a top 10 shootout. At the moment, though, it is Murray Pearce in the Commodore. Oh, and something's gone wrong. The car's turned straight ahead in the cemetery corner, and unfortunately, that looks like it's all over for Murray Pearce. John Dunson, it didn't look like it turned at all.
Didn't take the corner, lost his steering completely. Murray Pearce is out of his first heat.
Well, he's really going to have to work now because, as I said, he wants to be up in those top points-paying positions by the time we get going into the feature event. 33, Paul Carter from Pataru into the front now. Morris Cowling sits up behind him in the Camaro. And then it is Phil Buckland, by the look of it, from Wakatani. That's the top 3, and you can see for yourself just how rough the racetrack is here at Waikaraka Park. They said earlier on that they would prepare the track for good racing tonight, but it hasn't been that way. But you can see for yourself it's very rough indeed as they work their way through the turns and down the back straight again. Carter in the front. It is Cowling in second place, the defending New Zealand champion. Out into the town bend they come, and Phil Buckland tries to put up the inside. Oh, and they get tangled up with John Harris in the Tirana, and I think Morris Cowling went into the wall. That's cost him second place, John Dunstan.
Yes, but Morris Cowling's still very much in contention in this race. Remember, it is a matter of accruing points throughout the heats tonight, Phil.
Well, that's right. None doing better than Paul Carter at the moment in the front. The Tokura Tyres Camaro just getting away a little bit of advantage as they go down past the flag position into the cemetery turn. Phil Buckland in second place and the New Zealand champion Cowling in third. Down the straight they go, lining up for the front straight once again. 33 Carter in the front, Buckland and Cowling. And as they rocket down the front straight, I think you'll see the checkered flag come out to end the first heat of the Super Saloon Nationals for 97. And Paul Carter takes the win. Second place will be car number 15. And that was Phil Buckland, and in third place it was car number 1, Morris Cowling. Well, Paul Carter, congratulations, first heat out of the way.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, no, went our way for once.
You had a great race in this event last year. Look set to do it again, a great start.
Yeah, well, it's only our first outing, so I'm quite happy with the way the car's going. Hopefully the track they'll do something about it, and we should fare all right in the next heat.
So here we go. This is Heat 1 for Group 2. Watch out for Dean Waddell and the Skinny Colson in this one, Phil.
Yes, John, and that's going to be probably bringing back memories of last year's race when Waddell and Colson got together. Murray Hitters has got the best of the start, so Jeff Fletcher in behind him in the Ginny and Holmes Camaro, and Dean Waddell, the Todd and Pollock Camaro, sits up in third place. The man to watch, though, is Skinny Colson. Oh, I think Waddell might have just turned round Jeff Fletcher there. Did Dean Waddell give him some help? That's what the judges will be asking themselves as they head back down the front straight again. Head in the front. Here comes Waddell round the outside, heading under the flag position. Has he got the steam to get right around in the cemetery turn? It's Waddell right round the outside of Neil Head, and Skinny Colson already up into third place. But have a look at the way the car's handling, John. It's bucking and snorting all over the track. Once again, the roughness of the circuit here is really coming into play.
Plenty of horsepower in these cars, and getting the power onto the track is the name of the game tonight, and staying under control as well. Skinny Colson seems to be making a good fist of it.
Well, he certainly is. He tries to go up the inside of Neil Head, sideways completely, very taily up into the town bend, and he's got up the inside, just pushes Head away in the Asmac Camaro, and it's the 66 Burrows Valvoline Corvette of Skinny Colson up into second place. Now, can he catch his nemesis, Dean Waddell? Remember, Waddell is at the front. 81 is Jeff James from Wellington. This is the race leader, though. Number 2, the Todd and Pollock Camaro of Dean Waddell, and problems out there, and this is number 11, Kevin Moore, that's in strife. So they trundle round on the yellow. Waddell in the front, Head in second place. Remember, they go back to their positions because the lap scores go back to the last fully recorded lap. Doesn't bother Dean Waddell, though. Sneaks up the outside of Head. And here comes Colson. Always loves to be wide up on the outside groove, and that's what he's done, and gone round Neil Head up into second place. And now can he round up Dean Waddell? This is Group 2 of the Super Saloon Nationals, and a great scrap in progress here. Waddell gets up on 3 wheels. Colson in second place. Forget about the rest of them. This is the show at the moment. It's these cars versus the racetrack.
Phil, I'm tempted to think that the racetrack may win before the end of the night. These two very aggressive drivers. I'm just wondering if Skinny Colson may just settle for the points from second place, wanting to make it through the entire meeting.
Well, I guess survival's the name of the game, John. That looks like the plan at the moment. But you'll notice when we get the tight shot there, the bottom of the cars are actually touching the ground. That's how big the bumps are here at Waikaraka Park tonight. Really sizable lumps down the front straight. That's where they go at the moment, putting a lap on some of the cars. Dean Waddell just driving in and out of the slower traffic. Colson can't quite follow him at the moment. Look at the traffic jam up here as they head down towards the town bend again. Chris Tumbleson just getting in the way a little bit of Dean Waddell as they match each other side by side. Down the front straight they come. Waddell gets up in front. Next one to pass should be car number 21, Don Gregory, in there. Skinny Colson caught a little bit in the lap traffic, and that's the advantage that Dean not only wants but needs against a charge of the likes of Colson. There's Colson, the 66 Corvette. He's got a bit of trouble to get around Tumbleson now as well. So Dean Waddell looks like he'll carry the day, and he goes under the checkered flag to win the first heat of Group 2. So 2, Dean Waddell the winner, 66 Skinny Colson is second, and in third place it is car number 18, Neil Head.
Number 2, New Zealand, Dean Waddell, a very good win first up.
Yeah, thanks, John. The racetrack was pretty tough to drive on. I haven't struck it this hole up here, but yeah, the car's been thrown around everywhere, but we're glad to hang on for it.
It started to slick off, but it's very bumpy out there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some big holes out there, man. It really rocks the car around, and it's hard to hang on to it at stages.
Well, if you just joined us, we're watching the second heat of Group 1 here on Bow Repair's Kiwi Thunder. And just about set for a start. Watch for car number 91, Andrew Marks, to get away. And on the outside of him, it's the Auckland favourite, Lance Jennings. Jennings it is, and the Pivatelli Camaro goes into the cemetery turn in the number 1 spot. Then it's Marks. Coming up the inside of him is Mike Ross. And problems at the back of the field, it would seem, for Morris Cowling. They had a bit of an engine miss in the first race. This time he's got to come from the back. He's going to do it tough. 96, though, doing a great job at the front of the field. Done lots and lots of laps around Waikaraka Park is Lance Jennings. Mike Ross in the Frank Moss Earth Movers car in second place. Someone not looking good, the Technicolor car of Shane McIntyre, the Renko car. Lots of smoke, some real problems out there for McIntyre from the Bay of Plenty. And I wouldn't be surprised if you'll see the yellow lights and possibly the red lights to come on, because that car is in desperate shape indeed. Well, just about set for a restart, and the man at the front is the Aucklander, Lance Jennings. Watch for him. Behind him, it's Mike Ross. Then it looks like it's Andrew Marks, but the best away is the Pivatelli Camaro. Into the cemetery bend they come, just lined out single file at the moment. The racetrack very rough on the outside. Paul Carter's having a hard time of it. Just gets into the side of Phil Buckland. Murray Pierce gets a touch, and it looked like it was Carter up the inside, and that forced Craig Barnett wide, and he just got into the side of Murray Pierce. Not too much damage, pretty much superficial at the moment.
Yes, Murray Pierce in particular, quite willing to take an outside line on this track. Phil, it's very hard to say what is the best racing line for the condition the track's in tonight.
Well, I think if you can find a smooth line, you're doing better than most. Morris Cowling looking on the outside for the smooth way round. Can't find it at the moment, though. These are the race leaders. Lance Jennings didn't have a happy run in the first heat, so he's really got to make up for it. This man had a fantastic run in the first heat, but he's mired at the back of the pack, and that's 15, Phil Buckland. And of course, number 3, Murray Pierce, having troubles of his own. We race down the front straight, and 33, Paul Carter, goes right into the side of the Camaro of Andrew Marks, and off onto the infield goes Marks, and that was a big impact. I'm sure Marks didn't even see it coming. The crash crew get over there quickly, He looks to be okay. We take the Bow Repairs replay. You see there, Carter's car just drifts over into the path of Andrew Marks. I think he hit a big bump on the track. He could do nothing more about it. Have a look from a different angle here. The Bow Repairs replay. Andrew Marks and Paul Carter get together in spectacular fashion here at Waikaraka Park for the Super Saloon Nationals.
And Phil, with that drama on the track, the race has now been declared. So the winner, car number 96, Lance Jennings, takes maximum points. In 5, Mike Ross, and 3, Murray Pierce.
Well, Lance, congratulations. That heat under the belt.
Yep, it's one behind us.
And looks like you kept out of trouble. Lots of problems in that one.
Yes, it's pretty bumpy. It's just a shame. I mean, the track, try to prepare it the best you can, and weather goes against you, everything goes against you, and we'll all make the best we can out of it.
Well, that's what they'll have to do, because the track is certainly the dominating factor here as we get set for the second heat of Group 2. And leading them off, it'll be car number 98, Graham Andrews, gets a great start too. Coming up the inside of him looks like Colson. 85 in there is Peter Sloman. Sloman, a many-year veteran of saloon car racing, no doubt. He hasn't raced on a track this bumpy before, I would think. So Sloman up into third, but it is car number 98, Graham Andrews in the front. We concentrate on Dean Waddell. Remember, he won the second heat, so he's looking pretty good in the points. It is Andrews in the front. It is Colson up into second place already, so the Corvette battling hard back in third place. As we told you, it is Peter Sloman, and zipping up the inside of him, it looks like it was Jeff James. So positions changing left, right and centre in this one, and it looks like Jeff Fletcher trying to find a smooth line there. He sits in fourth place at the moment, the Jenny and Holmes Camaro. Colson into the front, and in a bit of bother too by the look of it, coming into the cemetery turn, and Graham Andrews is certainly in trouble. The front wheel waggling dangerously there. John, I wouldn't be surprised if his race is run.
Well, I think that's just the driver having to put in plenty of effort over this rather rough track tonight, but he seems to be sticking it out. In fact, he's doing pretty well.
Tell you who is putting in an effort, and that's Peter Sloman, Dean Waddell and Jeff Fletcher. This is the battle for 4th, 5th and 6th. Waddell comes up the outside of Sloman. Sloman uses all his years of experience to keep him behind him. And have a look at this. Fletcher dives up the inside. So the battle for 4th, 5th and 6th heats up. Dean Waddell trying to get onto the back of this bunch. Meantime, out in the front, it is still 66, Skinny Colson in the Valvoline Burrows Corvette. Second place is 84. Jeff James of Wellington. In third place, it's 98, and that's Graham Andrews. Now heading up into the town bend again, and Skinny Colson having a bit of trouble getting around 21, Don Gregory. Not going to make too much difference in the overall result. So 66, Skinny Colson takes out the final in the heat racing. In second place, it is 84, Jeff James from Wellington. And in third place, a real fight for Graham Andrews in the 98 Camaro. So that's how they finished in the heat.
Skinny, a second and a first must make you the man to beat tonight.
Oh, that's better. That shower rain did the track a horrendous favour.
Smoothed out a bit,
Smoothed out a bit, yeah. He made it really good. That track was far better than the first round. The bumps have disappeared. There's a few bumps in the top end, but they're manageable. Really happy.
The car's still sounding very, very sweet. Plus, you were running out in front for most of the way, so it's a bit easier.
Car's very awesome. The Telltale only tripped 5,700 revs. That's sweet. Very happy.
Bill, we've seen the 4 qualifying races. We're down to the top 6 shootout. Is Skinny your man?
I think he is, John. He looked like he was holding something back in that second heat. I think he's got something in reserve.
Who else are we looking for here?
Well, no real surprises. Lance Jennings, the top Auckland runner, he's in there. Peter Sloman, he is a bit of a surprise. He ran a very cagey race in the second heat. Phil Buckland been tearing up the track here at Waikaraka. And Morris Cowling, he'll be tough too.
Well, with the top 6 shootout, we're gunning for the pole position in the feature race, the Mike Duffy Motors feature. Will it be all that important to be starting at the front of the grid?
Well, last year it wasn't important. The top 6 cars fell out with about 3 or 4 laps to go. It will be important tonight because the track's heavy and very bumpy.
Plenty of competition though. Skinny looks to be our man. Very aggressive driver. Engine running beautifully. Watch out for a Skinny Colson as we go to the top 6 shootout. So first out for a crack at this slowly improving track is Lance Jennings in the Camaro. Getting it wound up, trying to find that line. 16:82 was his time for the flying lap. Skinny Colson, an aggressive driver in the traffic, but very, very fast out on the track by himself as well. 16:34 Skinny's time for the flying lap. Peter Sloman next out, not quite on the pace, having difficulty finding the fastest way around this track, in amongst the ruts. 16:93 for Pete Sloman. NZ number 1, Morris Cowling out on the track, but the car not quite on song, running on 7 cylinders, slightly off the pace. 17:19 his time. Dean Waddell Waddell, the number 2 car, the right setup for the car, finding the right groove in the track and really humming around. 16 seconds flat. Dean Waddell takes it out in the flying lap.
So Waddell will sit at the top of the grid for the Mike Duffy Motors Super Saloon Nationals for 97. Alongside him will be car number 15, Phil Buckland. In grid position 3, it's 66, Skinny Colson. And in 4, it's the Auckland favourite, and that is 96, the Pivatelli Camaro of Lance Jennings. They trundle round on the yellow. The quiet before the storm. The preliminary acts are over. This is the main event. The Mike Duffy Motors Super Saloon Nationals for 97, brought to you by Bow Repairs. Kiwi Thunder is underway in 2. Dean Waddell gets the best of the starts. Tucked up on the inside of him is 66, Skinny Colson. Phil Buckland's there as well. Lance Jennings shuffles back to 4th, and already contact there and panels coming off the Buckland car, the commercial science car. So we ride with Neil Head taking the Bow Repairs in-car camera, and they're starting to get away from him a wee bit. That's Morris Cowling just up in front of him, and Jeff Fletcher's gone up the inside as they head down on the front straight once again in the Jenny and Holmes car. The race leader, though, is still number 2, Dean Waddell. Skinny Colson in 2nd place. Then it's 96, Jennings. Buckland still back in 4th place. Colson gets a little bit closer to Waddell this time. Still can't quite make the pass stick. Down the front straight they come. The Camaro versus the Corvette. And this is the battle at the front of the field, and Skinny Colson starts to close up the gap. So the Valvoline Burrows Corvette starts to work on the leader, Dean Waddell. Great scrap here for 4th, 5th and 6th. It's Peter Sloman just in the front of the 2 Camaros. The Fence Factory car of Morris Cowling. Remember, it's only running on 7 cylinders. And with him, number 8, Jeff Fletcher in the Jenny and Holmes car.
Skinny Colson keeping the pressure right on. It's unlikely Dean Waddell will be making a mistake, but just wait until they get in amongst the slower traffic.
Well, that's exactly what they've done, John, because once again it is the Tirana of John Harris playing a major part in this race as we concentrate on Jeff Fletcher. The battle between himself and Morris Cowling already up into the lap traffic of the race leaders, and Dean Waddell gets through better than Skinny Colson, so a bit of an advantage there. This is the battle further back through the field. The Jenny and Holmes car of Jeff Fletcher sat out a season but now back into the fray with the new car, and he's trying to keep Morris Cowling honest. Back with the race leader, though. Already parts starting to come off the bodywork of the Todd and Pollock Camaro. Still in the front, though, is Dean Waddell. 2nd place man, Skinny Colson. Murray Pierce won everything here last year. He's got a bit of work to do as Morris Cowling tries to get up the inside as they head down onto the